you want to think about the numbers as if the numbers are only going to deal with the other numbers, okay? So what I mean is that the coefficients, or the numbers in front of the variables, they're just pretty much going to combine with each other, okay? So they're kind of in their own world here. So what I mean is that you can actually do 2 times 4, that's in their own world, and you could be 8, right? You can already write 8. The next thing you would focus on is the variables. So you have k to the 4th power times k, which is k times k times k times k times k, which is k to the 5th power, right? K to the 5th power. Okay, so this starts to get a little confusing once we start adding in more variables, right? So this starts getting a little more confusing once we start adding in more variables. So what you want to do is, again, you want to focus on the numbers first that are in front, the coefficients. You can multiply them first. So you have 2 times 3, which is 6. The next thing you want to focus on is actually you want to list this in alphabetical order. That's usually how mathematicians do this. So x is next. How many x's are we multiplying here? There's only one x. So you could just write x. And then how many y's are we multiplying? Well, there's only y squared. So you would just write y squared. That's it. Okay. We'll take a more complicated example with number 9. You can see here that, again, you can combine the coefficients or the numbers in front. So you can do 4 times 3, which is 12. And then you're going to combine a and a. So you have a to the negative 1 power. And then you have b to the negative 1 power. You can see here that if they asked us to write this in only exponential form, if you want to practice, you could say that this is 2 to the 2nd power times 3 divided by a times b, right? Because the a and the b are actually being divided because they're to the negative power. And then also, 4 is the same as saying 2 to the 2nd power times 3. Okay? So those are all equivalent. I don't mind if you write your answer like this. That's totally fine to me. Okay? So if you write your answer as 12a to the negative 1 power times b to the negative 1 power, that's totally fine. Again, this is technically, I think, the answer they might be looking for, but these are the same thing. These are the same thing. Does anyone have any other problem they want me to do before you guys take off? Reese? Number 8? Okay. Okay, so number 8, you want to combine the numbers first. So there is no number in front of the other one, so you would just assume that the number in front is a 1, right? There is no number that's a 1. So you would just write 4 times 1. That's just 4, right? Any number times 1 is just 4. Alphabetically, I don't know why they wrote it V and then U, but U is, I think, alphabetically the first one. How many U's are we multiplying here? Right, there's only 2, so you would just write U to the 2nd power. Right? How many V's are we multiplying here? We have V to the 3rd power, and we also have a V. So we have 4. So it would be V to the 4 power. Well, you have V to the 3rd power times V to the 1st power. Okay, we're going to do one more problem, so let's try to keep quiet till then. So, again, one of the rules that we'll talk about again tomorrow is called the power of a product. Is that if you're raising something to a power, you're going to distribute that to everything in the inside. So 2 to the negative 4, x to the 2nd times negative 4. So this is going to be 2 to the negative 4, x to the negative 8. So what you're doing is you're multiplying the exponent of each term inside the parentheses. Okay? Good question.